All right, what's happening, guys? Quick breakdown of what Dr. Squatch is doing on paid search. Total score is 7.9. We'll get into the details of this at the end, but let's start with Google Shopping. Now, I've rated Google Shopping on a 7 out of 10, and the reason for this is these different categories, if we take a look at them, for example, are the titles optimized for keywords, right? So we see this if we search for something like pine tar soap, which is a lot of the main products, we can see there's a few keywords. Men's natural moisturizing bar soap. Okay, so this is a cold traffic keyword, one of the most important ones. So that is a plus point. It's not just branded. However, there could be more, right? There could be more winning keywords in the title to increase the ranking for that as well. But overall, they do have a keyword here. Brand and non-brand feed separation, meaning do they likely have a branded feed and a non-branded feed? Purpose of this is a branded feed would primarily focus just on attracting Dr. Squatch traffic and making that as cheap as possible, whereas non-brand is focused more on cold traffic. Now, looking at what they're doing here, I don't really see separation, right? We do this by searching for Dr. Squatch, so like this should trigger the brand product. So yeah, looks like this, pretty similar to what we find if we look for pine tar soap, right? I don't really see any differentiation, and matter of fact, I see the same product ranking for both cold and branded traffic. So they fail in that regard. When it comes to image optimization, standard product images, they're good in my opinion, right? They're not bad pictures. You've got the little bar there as well, so you do see the product, right? But yeah, I can't say it looks like it's heavily optimized, right? Just like basic best practice. Subscribe and save 86%. No one can see that. So yeah, it's okay. I would still consider that a fail in that department. And lastly, product ratings, whether they're implemented, those are the product stars that you see in the bottom here. They are implemented. Again, this is highly embarrassing if you're a big boy brand and you don't have this. So good on Dr. Squatch for implementing that. So yeah, overall, given this a 7 out of 10 in the shopping department. Moving on to search, okay? So Dr. Squatch ranks for generic keywords and intent keywords in the #1 position, okay? If you enter something like natural pine tar soap, natural soap for men, they're always on top. If you enter something like pine tar soap, they're always on top in search, okay? So that is very strong ranking, very smart ranking, in my opinion. Problem solution keywords such as shower gel alternatives, they only rank with shopping and sporadically with they only rank shopping and sporadically with search. My bad, sorry, got stuck there. So sometimes if you go on here, you will see. When I was able to trigger them a few times on the bottom here, so that tells me they're not targeting that specifically. It's more sort of byproduct of their search campaigns. You do see some shopping rankings, nothing crazy. I have to look for it, to be honest with you. So in that regard, it's okay. Like there's some presence, but I don't think this is driving a lot of a lot of revenue. So yeah, could really do better here, I reckon. Competitor keywords, something like grandpa soap alternative, they tend to rank towards the bottom for that and shopping, which is good. So sometimes they will rank here on the bottom. Again, this indicates if it's not always that there is some effort, but probably not the highest budget. However, they do rank nicely with shopping, very much on top. So doing pretty good on that as well, in my opinion. So keyword coverage overall, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. I think they could be more aggressive when it comes to competitors. And I also think that they could just try and extend the search effort to go a bit more problem and solution-oriented keywords, a bit more higher awareness stages. There must be more to do for Dr. Squatch here because they're absolutely killing bottom funnel, right? So mid-funnel, I have the suspicion that they're not really too focused on it. Moving on, negative keyword hygiene. This measures how clean are you keeping your Google Ads account, right? You don't want to rank, you don't want to spend for people looking for Wikipedia, free, do-it-yourself, Reddit, reviews, all that stuff. Well, reviews, maybe you want to rank, actually, my bad. But something like Reddit, You don't want to rank for that, right? Or used or homemade and so on and so forth. On the other hand, there's some things you want to rank for. So alternatives, I think you should rank for still. Reviews, I think you should rank for. And also competition, right? So if there's someone's looking for your competitor or you versus your competitor, that's something I think you would want to rank for. So what does that tell us? This won't have huge impact. If you rank, if someone looks for your brand in Wikipedia, it won't make a huge difference. Okay. You're not going to waste a lot of money, maybe $100 a year. Okay. So it's not about the impact, but this is a symptom. This tells me how competent and how clean your Google Ads team is working. And I have to say that the Dr. Squatch team is doing an incredible job. Okay. This tells me you are actually working in the ad account. This tells me you're not just doing whatever, PMAX, beta search, like this means you're working and you are very detail oriented. So really good job, giving it a 9 out of 10. All right, so next up, let's take a look at the budget and market presence. What we try and figure out here is how extensive is their market coverage and how competitive and large is their budget. Now, obviously, we can't look in the ad account, but from the outside, there's a few things we can tell. Now, if you rank for your brand keywords across the whole United States and the generics and the competitor keywords, this tells me that you are spending dough, okay? So I would place their budget as high because they're ranked across all of these locations. When I pop on the VPN, they're always on top, right? Pint House Soap, Dr. Squatch, Dr. Squatch, Dr. Squatch, Dr. Squatch. I think even, random places, Alaska, across the whole country, they're number one for these keywords. Even a competitor stuff, they're ranking really well and always on shopping. So there is a strong budget behind this and there's very strong market coverage. Moving on to landing page strategy. Okay, are they using specialized landing pages? And how well are they capturing the intent that the user has and leading it to a page that has high congruency and likely to convert? So brand search leads us to the homepage, which is totally fine in my opinion because it's well managed and there's always a new promotion on here. So I think that's perfectly fine and it's a good choice. The generic keywords will lead to the product page, which is very smart, or well, it should be that way, right? I mean, that's more bottom funnel. You don't want to lead that to the homepage. I think product page is good here and it's an awesome product page. So well done on that as well. And 10 keywords, again, go to the product page. Problem-oriented keywords go to the category page. Interesting. Good approach. I think can work better than PDP. I think PD can work really well here if it's a long-form sales page and it addresses that. But I get why they're doing category. And competitor keywords, again, just lead to the product page. Now, I think this is okay. I think this is decent. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Like I said here, you could have a slightly more dedicated approach towards problem-oriented keywords and competitor keywords. Like at that size, you want to capture people that are looking to solve a specific problem, which your product does. So, it's not going to take that much effort creating a dedicated landing page for people that want to know about solutions that are purely natural ingredients for deodorant or soap, whatever. So I think they can do better here. All right, moving on to advertorials and listicles. Here gave it a 6 out of 10. They do rank for the typical search terms that we'd expect for listicles and advertorials, but I can't find anything. It's all PDP. Okay, so good job ranking for these things that are more high awareness stage or more bottom funnel, which would be good for listicles. Well done. But yeah, I can't find any advertorials or listicles, which would be a good move on Google as well. Brand protection gave it an 8 out of 10. They always rank on top when it comes to Google search and shopping. They do have a lot of resellers, which will, again, for them, they're so big, it doesn't matter. But yeah, the resellers are very aggressive. So I gave it an 8 out of 10, although they always tend to be on top. Congruency score is very important. So how congruent is the customer journey, right? So from keyword to headline to landing page, does the messaging match on a high level? Okay, so Pint Soap, for example, let me find that again. Pint Soap is my keyword. Pint Soap is in my ad, and it will also be in the headline. Okay, so well done, high congruency. Aluminium free deodorant was okay. I had the keyword, it was there in the headline, but then the landing page didn't have aluminium mentioned, so still good. But yeah, deducted 2 points here, 8 out of 10. So yeah, overall, I would say, let me just scroll all the way up here. I would give Dr. Squatch a total of 7.9 out of 10. We can see it broken down here nicely. What are the areas where they excel? Budget, very strong. Negatives, clean work. Congruency is high. Brand protection is high. Search coverage is high. So these are all very, very good. Sevens are still a good score, but you know, we want to kill it, smash it. We don't want to just make it. So shopping is all right. I think you could do a little bit better in terms of the titles, in terms of the images, and also the separation between brand and non-brand. Landers, again, good pages, but more long-form sale pages, more advertorials, listicles, things like that. And that's why also that's the area where they were actually the weakest. I understand the implications of advertorials for bigger brands, but at least, you know, you can capture high awareness stage traffic with, for example, a 5 reasons listicle on brand, right? Zero legal implications, and you can still convert a lot of stuff. So yeah, that's the overall score for Dr. Squatch. Actually, I really like this case. I really liked their negatives, the way they're keeping it clean, and just their dominance. I think that's what really sticks out to me. So well done. Reach out to me if you want to fix the rest, and see you guys later.